It's time for Dodger Baseball.
What a catch by Mookie Betts. Another home run for Corey Seager. Another strikeout for Kershaw. A robbery of Tatis. Gone. Will Smith. This is what an ace looks like.
And tag out is Riley, a double play.
Dodgers have won it all in 2020.
And welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. My name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. That's at DMac_LA. The Dodgers lose today. They lose the series finale to the Miami Marlins by a score of 3-2. That's now the 11th time the Dodgers have lost this season by one run in a game. That's the most by far in all of Major League Baseball. So the Dodgers, they continue to struggle in these tight games late, can't get the big hit. Mookie Betts had an opportunity. Like Joe Davis was saying, Mookie Betts really hasn't had that signature moment at home. Yes, he had the 3-home run game last year, but he hasn't had that signature game at home against with Dodger fans in the stand. So it was a perfect opportunity against Yimi Garcia, and he did a good job. He pitched well, got him out of that inning, and the Dodgers lose the series finale. We have a lot to get into. Albert Pujols is really a Los Angeles Dodger. They haven't announced the signing officially, but by all reports, he will be in Dodger blue by tomorrow. And then Corey Seager, that hand is broken. He's going to be out at least 4 to 6 weeks. I think it'll end up being longer, but we have a lot to get into, guys. But you know how we get down here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Let me know where you're rocking with us today. Give me those cities, zip codes, area codes. Drop those down below in the comments. Come get these shout-outs, but I know we have a lot to talk about today because, look, yeah, it was a better week for the Dodgers. If you saw me after the Angels game, I said the Dodgers would win 4 of their next 5 games. Sure enough, they did win 4 of the next 5 games, but I'm still not happy because I was greedy. I wanted to win 5 out of 5 games this week, but the bats have gotten better. But here, let's get into these comments, and then we'll break everything down. But welcome to the show, guys. Thanks for rocking with us, as always. Come with those fire Dodger takes like you always do. Jay Cruz, hey, look at the bright side. We won the series. There you go. I don't fully blame Sheldon. He at least gets hard contact when he plays. That's from Dark Saints over on YouTube. Yeah, I mean, you saw the lumber. I mean, when he gets that bat to ball, he definitely gets some really good contact. There's no question about it. Did have that hit early in the game. Ended up going 1 for 4. But, yeah, he still needs to continue to develop. And that's the thing. Look, now they got Pujols coming up. He's gonna have another opportunity to go up in those situations. I didn't really like Luke Raley batting in the 6 hole today. We'll get into that in just a second. But D-Mac, happy Sunday, my dude. That's from Anthony Keene. What up, Anthony Keene? At least we're out of our slump. From Patrick, Jay Cruz. D-Mac, tell your brother to not strike out next time. They could talk about Will Smith. Yeah, I mean, he was really on that pitch right on the outside corner on a 3-2 count, and he just missed it. He just missed that pitch. I really thought that was a great spot for Will Smith to come through. Unfortunately, he comes off the bench. He's cold and goes 0 for 1. And, yeah, I mean, a tough spot. And you really were waiting for that late-inning offensive explosion. We saw it with Gavin Lux with that go-ahead 3-run shot earlier in the week against the Mariners. But we need to see that more consistently from these guys. Coming through, doing this, I'm pretty sure it's setting the table. As far as their new hit celebration. But yeah, just a tough one today. Tough game for the Dodgers. Really, the bullpen came through today, and save for that mistake that Uceta made where Duvall hit it out for that bomb, that fastball that kind of tailed inside there. Really a strong performance by the bullpen as a whole. But let's get these comments. We'll start breaking everything down, guys. But let me know down below in the comments, what was the number one reason why the Dodgers lost today's game? Let me know. Was it the cold offense? Did you not like the lineup? Was it the way the bullpen was set up today? Give me your thoughts down below in the comment section. And are you feeling better right now about the Dodgers than you were last week when they were struggling? They lost 15 of their last 20 games. Now they won 4 of 5. They're right back in the mix in the NL West. They're now 18. They're now 22 and 18. I think they're now 22 and 18 on the season. Are you feeling better about the Dodgers, or is the injury to Corey Seager kind of dampen the mood and from that standpoint. But here we go, Alex Garcia. Did anyone see something going on after that last out of the game? Dodgers looked at the Marlins mad. I went right onto this show, so let me know if that was something. And no small ball from Raymond. We got Vince Leon. Losing Seager really hurts, but I think they will be okay once Belly and Taylor and Pujols in the lineup. I looked at never mind. With Pujols in the lineup. But Alfred Rodriguez, this is ridiculous, sending the runner with the outfield playing in. Alfred Rodriguez, yeah, I mean, you're talking about with Mookie Betts. I really thought Mookie Betts had a real opportunity there to maybe find a way to jump over him. He was going MJ, or I was trying to go on Vince Carter, really trying to jump over him at Wallach right there to make that play. But unfortunately, it was a missed opportunity, and I'm like saying the same thing. Dino, what we doing, man? I mean, their outfield actually was playing shallow pretty much this entire series, and you're talking about the play. So bottom of the sixth inning, Mookie Betts, he gets the leadoff double. Muncy popped to third for the first out. JT popped to first for the second out, and then Matt Beaty hits a rocket that just went foul. Then on the following pitch, he singled to right, and Mookie comes around, tries to jump over Wallach to avoid the tag, but Duvall made a nice throw, 93 miles per hour, a great throw by Duvall, and he was out by a mile. Mookie had no other choice but to try to jump over Wallach. He came close, but it was clear that Wallach had got him right there on the leg as he's trying to jump over him, and he was really out by a mile. So a big missed opportunity for the Dodgers there, a chance to tie the game late. Unfortunately, they weren't able to. But, yeah, what do you guys think about that send by Dino Ebel? He's one of the best in the business. There's no question about it. On that play, they were definitely playing shallow, and it was a fantastic throw by Duvall. And the way that Mookie Betts can find a way to get under tags and try to find a way to just score these runs that look like there's a razor-thin chance he's even going to score, and kind of just get under there, kind of like almost like a mechanic almost, just get under those tags. You thought maybe he would have a chance to score, but it was a great throw. Wallach found a way to control it, make the tag, and really, looking back, it was probably a little too aggressive of a send. But back to the comments, guys. Keep firing away. Keep bringing those fire Dodger takes. Jorge Castaneda, you can't have only 2 runs with the Dodgers nowadays. Good point. Getting real sick of Dodgers getting plunked. It's not just JT anymore. This is a good point. I mean, they really have had their issues with getting hit. For whether it be, before I'd say, Justin Turner, he's taken more, he's been hit by more pitches than the Shark Tank judges. But now you've got Mookie Betts, you've got Corey Seager, who's now out for an extended period of time, 4 to 6 weeks. I think it's pretty much going to be more like 2 months. He was at the game. He was in the stands before the game. You saw him talking to Scott Boras, wearing that cast on his right arm. Hopefully, he can heal up quickly and get back into the mix because they need him for the offense. Now, Gavin Lux made a nice play. You saw there, late in the game, that bare hand throw. That was a fantastic play by Gavin Lux. I'm very confident that he can hold it down with the glove, and really, there's a chance that they could have an improvement defensively with Gavin Lux at shortstop. But you're going to miss Corey Seager's offensive production because when he's right, he is really good with the stick, and you saw what he did last year in the World Series and in pretty much the entire postseason. He was just on fire. And, yeah, it's definitely going to be a big loss to lose him. But the good news is there are reinforcements on the way. Got Cody Bellinger, Zach McKinstry. Wouldn't be surprised to see them back in the lineup as early as next week, maybe late next week. So that's definitely going to be big. And then A.J. Pollock, he goes on the IL, which is not good. That was also not good at all. But, yeah, Corey Seager, it was 3 for his last 15. He was kind of struggling a bit, and maybe, just maybe, if you want to look at the Michelada half full, maybe he was dealing with some other injuries that is why he wasn't playing at that all-star level that we were all expecting him to play at, and maybe he gets completely right while the hand heals, and he comes back, and he really, really starts to catch fire and takes the Dodgers home during the home stretch. So I'm hoping that best-case scenario, that's what happens. And here we go. Joseph Megazzini, hola from Todos Santos, Mexico. Why let Rayleigh bat? Yeah. I mean, Luke Rayleigh is really struggling. I mean, they made the nice play early in the game, went over the wall there to kind of make that play, and that was definitely good. But yeah, Luke Rayleigh is a guy that you don't feel very confident when he's at the plate in big spots. He had the big home run against the Padres earlier in the earlier in the season. He had his first big league home run of the show. But, yeah, this is a guy that needs more at-bats at the minor league level. Guy that has a big swing. He's got a lot of power if he connects. But, yeah, that's just not a good look having Luke Raley. You won't see too much of him when he comes when the Dodgers get guys like Bellinger. And, look, the big thing today, too, was having Chris Taylor, him going out. He was a late scratch due to a sore wrist, so that hurt. You had Sheldon Noisy stepping in there late, and offensively, the Dodgers just didn't have it today. And here we go. Dodgers rule. We got David Lopez. At least we're out of the slump. Veronica Ruiz. Hi. What's up, Veronica? Welcome to the show. Becky Nunez. I'm so sad about the Dodgers losing today. I hope they'll win again tomorrow. That's the attitude. Muncy Muncy was upset about something after the game. Rod Wells. You guys are going to have to keep me updated on that. But yeah, that's look, I mean, I really don't know. I really just went on this show right away, but we have to find out what's going on with that. It might be something to look into. Maybe we'll do a little video on that or something over on the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel, which if you haven't subscribed to, be sure to subscribe. Head over to youtube.com/Dodgers Nation TV. Go give you your takes on all things over there. Got a video up on from Clint Pasillas and Brooke Smith, the senior editors here at Dodgers Nation, about Gavin Lux, about the Dodgers potentially signing Albert Pujols, which they end up doing. So go check that out. Such a strange season, and this one's turning out to be Anthony Kane. It is a strange season, and that's actually what I like about baseball, is because it lends itself to that kind of nuance where there's so many ups and downs. There's so much adversity with certain teams, and you're seeing what the Dodgers are going through right now. The injury bug has just bit the Dodgers. It has sunk its teeth into this Dodger team in such a vicious way, and last night was the latest example. Good news is it's not season-ending with Corey Seager. It is his hand, and I was hoping that he wasn't going to be out for an extended period of time, but that is going to be the case. And unfortunately, the injuries have been piling up. There's no question about it. This team is being tested. This team is facing adversity, but you would rather have this now than later in the year. When you have injuries early in the year, there's options. You can call up guys and develop them. You can make trades like we've seen Andrew Friedman do in years past. The NL West is still there for the taking. You saw the Giants, they lost last night due to after a walk-off by the Pirates. The Padres are the Padres. I mean, right now the Dodgers, 2 games back in the NL West. I'm not concerned about the division at all whatsoever. Still very confident the Dodgers will win their 9th straight NL West title, but we have bigger plans. This is a World Series or bust team, a World Series or bust roster, and there's a lot of positive signs too. I mean, what Trevor Bauer's doing. Can you imagine not signing Trevor Bauer at this point? I mean, he looked like he was going to be the icing on the cake. Now it looks like he's the guy that really the Dodgers rely on to give you those quality 7-8 inning starts, and he's just been a workhorse and as advertised. He's must-see TV. Trevor Bauer has been fantastic. So the Dodgers still have the starting pitching rotation that still makes me feel very confident about this team. It's just getting this lineup intact. And today you saw, too, I mean, defensively, the error by Noisy cost them a run. I mean, you saw the Dodgers not playing a clean game today. Just look at that. Actually, let's do some more comments. And we got Rafael Lopez from North Korea. All right, man, that's running a risk there, man. But welcome to the show, guys. Hey, everyone's welcome here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. How's the weather in North Korea? Let me know. Stratford, Connecticut from Dan. Mookie needs a companionship. Go get Buxton. Okay. Interesting take there. I mean, I would love to. That's from Wilson Zella. Man, Byron Buxton is a fantastic player. He was really a front runner for the MVP before he went out with the injury. The issue with Byron Buxton is he can't stay on the field. He plays with such reckless abandon. That's what I appreciate about Byron Buxton. But yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of his. But we already have a Gold Glove caliber center fielder, but of course you could throw him at other spots. Hello from Tulare City. We got Pujols and Yoshi. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they make of Yoshi. He's was kind of seen as a little bit of a disappointment as far as what he did with the Rays. I think the Rays are still paying him some money. But look, I mean, the way I look at it, with Rios out for the year, he can come in lefty bat and can also give you a little positional versatility. Can play third, can play left, can play right. So we'll see what they do. It's really a depth piece, but. Los Angeles from Veronica Ruiz. Ryan M. Can't wait for those Dodgers Pujols bombs in the late innings. Yeah, if you guys want, well, let's get into that, man. You guys dictate what we talk about. But, yeah, what are your thoughts on the Dodgers signing Albert Pujols? Is it something, nothing, or everything? Let me know down below in the comment section. I dropped a video about the Dodgers signing Pujols yesterday, and really my take is it's nice to have a veteran presence, but also I kind of want to see revenge season Pujols. Now, if you look at him, 5 home runs this year, on pace to hit over 30 home runs. He hasn't done that since he hit 31 jacks in 2016. And yes, it's a small sample size. There's no question about that. But I think the different thing about Pujols is if he really had that discussion with the Angels about wanting to be that everyday player, and they denied it because they have Jared Walsh, and they're trying to turn the page there in Anaheim. And he says, fine, I'm out here, but I'm not going to change my address. I'm going to live in my same mansion, but I'm going to play for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And he comes in and he embraces the role as a pinch hitter and coming off the bench. I think he can make the most of it. And I think that this guy, what he's given to the game, he's going to have a couple special moments in Dodger blue. That's just how it feels. It's going to be a big FU to the Angels for how they did him at the end. You can understand the move, but still, I mean, come on. This is Albert Pujols, a first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the best players in the game over the past decade, really a top 20, 25, 30 player, wherever you want to rank him, of all time. But look, this season he was hitting 198 with 5 bombs and 92 plate appearances. And he's had some bad luck, a 176 average with balls in play this year. So really that average is probably going to go up if he gets more opportunities. And right now you can see him platooning at first with Matt Beaty, or if they could throw Max Muncy at second. It is going to give them some options. And look, what we've learned this year is things can change with one pitch. Guys can go down, and it changes everything. So having some more depth and a guy that can still go out there and pick it at first, albeit, look, he's a former Gold Glover. He's not playing at that level now, and they have Max Muncy, who's playing at an all-star level right now. So, look, that is Max Muncy's position. He's the everyday first baseman for the Dodgers, but Max Muncy can also play second. I mean, there is going to be some flexibility here for the Dodgers. And bottom line, against lefties so far this season, he has an 878 OPS. He's slashing 259, 286, 593 in 2019. Last full season, the OPS 830 against lefties. So he's going to give you a good at-bat up there, especially when you compare them to the guys the Dodgers have currently on the bench. Guys like Sheldon Noisy, DJ Peters, guys like that. So it'll be interesting when everyone gets healthy what the Dodgers will do when they get A.J. Pollock back and the rest of the gang. But back in the comment section, I want all your takes on the Albert Pujols signing. Give me your Pujols signing takes down below in the comment section. But you guys are firing away. Let's get back into the comments. Tatsugo will help. We got a lot of players are getting injured, so I mean it's fine for now. But they got to start winning against the good teams. Sheldon Noisy and Ebel sending bets. That's all I got to say. That's from Drew. So, yeah, let's do some more comments, and then we'll break down that inning. For gosh sake, sit Turner down. He needs to figure out what's wrong. Yeah, Justin Turner, no question about it. Definitely hitting a little bit of a slump at the moment. Justin Turner, 10 for the last 37, a 778 OPS. But, yeah, he'll make the adjustments. He started red hot, and you knew you were going to get a little mean regression there and that he was going to cool off just a little bit. But JT, over the last week, Justin Turner definitely ends up cooling down. I mean, he ended up hitting 250 for the week, 4 for 16. And the thing about Justin Turner is all those power numbers, the home runs. No home runs in the last week, no doubles. So I don't know if sitting him down is the right move, but he'll figure it out. He'll make the adjustments. He had a golden sombrero, 4 strikeout game. When are you ever going to see that with JT? Very few and far between. Seager hurt again. Yeah, that hurts. Noah, Doug, I need a Michelada and a cigarette after that dumpster fire. Hey, man, how about you go Dodgers? I was feeling better, but losing Corey, Steven Kaplan, yeah, I mean, it really takes the wind out of your sails when you lose Corey Seager. I mean, last year, like I said, it was a Corey book season. He dominated throughout, had a outstanding postseason, one of the best we've ever seen. And then for him to have an injury in his platform season is not what we want to see, especially when he was really struggling to be the guy that we all hoped he had been this season. But, look, I'm not worried in the long run. I do expect him to come back and find his form. And like I said, maybe there's other injuries. Look, all guys are dealing with stuff all year round. I mean, this is a grind, Major League Baseball. So maybe if there's anything else ailing him, they correct that, and he comes back fresh and ready to go. But hopefully CT3 is okay. Yeah, great point, John. Why is Price not starting? That's from, I mean, we got Tony Gonsolin. We got the great Catsby, the Gonslinger, coming back. And look, bottom line is the fact that David Price isn't starting is actually going to help expedite his return. He should be back by tomorrow. Had he been built up as a starter, it would have taken him some time. So I have no issue with that. I felt like he was adapting to that role, getting comfy as a reliever, and the Dodgers can use a long man out of that bullpen, a lefty long man, and I like him in that spot, and I like Tony Gonsolin as the Dodgers' 5th starter. So I have no issue with that. Do you guys? Let me know down below in the comments. But that's my man Fair over on Facebook. We got Josh. Would you trade Kabert for a package of Jose Ramirez? And yeah, I mean, I would. I look. I don't know if I would trade him for that package specifically. I'm a big J-Ram Jose Ramirez fan, but I do think that if the Dodgers feel they're set at catcher, he's not going to be playing another position. So I would consider moving him, but I don't know if that's the package I'll go for. But that I don't, and it would require more than that to pull off something like that. But I'm definitely open to moving him, no question about it. Especially where people speak so highly of Cartaya and the catching depth in this Dodgers organization. Will Smith was really heating up, hasn't really caught his stride this year, and but I expect that. And then you know what Austin Barnes can do defensively. So we got Dodgers weren't hitting. Dino had to send Mookie. That's a good point. It's not the worst point. That's a great point, actually, Matty, man. I mean, you have to factor in that the Dodgers' bats were cold, but in that situation, look, if he doesn't send him, you got Gavin Lux coming up with runners on the corners. I like him in that spot, especially for considering the week he had. Scott, beating Seattle and Miami doesn't make me feel comfortable. Next 2 weeks will really let us know where we are at the moment. Great point, Scott. Ryan, hi, Doug. We'll be okay. I'm glad back to our winning ways. We'll have that spark again. We'll get Corey back soon. I like that Anthony Keene. It was surprising how out Mookie was on that play. I don't know if it was the throw or the send. That's actually a really good point because, like, you're a great point. It was very surprising. Like, at worst, you were expecting them to cut to it, and Mookie Betts is either sliding, we have a play at the plate, but he had it, and he was going to be out by a mile. And give Mookie Betts some credit because he's like, hey, man, I got to try to score any way I can. And, yeah, he was going to try to find a way to make that happen, but unfortunately, it was unfortunately, they got him out, and he was out by a mile. But here we go. Noisy is no use. We got, should Price have a star, Daniel? You have to. I mean, that's going to require some ramping up, and I don't think right now their intentions are to do that. I think David Price is embracing his role as a bullpen piece. This bullpen, you saw, give the bullpen some credit because, look, first of all, Edwin Uceta, this guy hadn't pitched since 2019. This is a guy who was pitching in Double-A, A-ball. So for him to come up there just being straight up thrusted into the show and playing for the team that's expected to win the World Series, he went out there and you see he has a filthy changeup. He had some filthy punch-outs with it, got some soft contact. He missed on the fastball. Duvall, look, man, these are big league hitters, man. They're going to crush heaters like that. They're in the top of the 5th inning. Tommy Lasorda is a step up defensively from Seager. Oh, my Lord, you're taking shots. You're taking shots, man. I got to finish him. Defensively, Seager can't match Lux from Diane Schroeder. You guys are liking what you're seeing from Gavin Lux with the glove. Craig, Matt Beaty should bat for Seager in the number 2 slot. Yeah, I mean, I've been wanting to put Seager down the lineup maybe as a cleanup hitter in the 5th spot, give him some different opportunities. And like I said, I want Corey Seager to be Corey Slugger, and I think that'd be nice to have him down there and kind of just start the transition out of shortstop. Doug, give us your dream lineup. Noah, maybe I'll do that in a little bit. Let's get to some questions. But I actually have a YouTube video. If you go to the thing about some of my YOLO lineup, if you want to check that out. But we can do some lineups later. But Gavin's all skills, no Lux involved from Lynn. Oh, Lynn, where have you been? Coming with the catchy phrases, the punchlines, the puns. Lynn, how you been? Rayleigh is the new Rios. Rayleigh is the new Rios. That just cracked me up, Matty, man. We got Jeff Jones. The replacements are not the caliber of our starters. Injuries killing us right now. Yeah, I mean, it's been one of the big storylines all season that this team has had to deal with, and most teams can't absorb this level of injuries. You lose a guy like Dustin May, an emerging star, dare I say superstar at some point in his career if everything works out. And then you lose Corey Seager, the NLCS and the World Series MVP, and you're still only you're still right in the mix. A game out yesterday, 2 games out in the NL West. They're right where they need to be as far as when you consider everything they've had to endure during this stretch. They got some big ones coming up. And the Giants, I mean, we'll see. If they take care of the Giants, who they still play 7 times this year. They go to San Francisco this Friday for a 3-game set. Then they play the Astros in Houston for a little 2-game set on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then they go up to San Francisco and before playing 1 game against the Cardinals and against the Cardinals for the last day of May. And then, of course, they play the Diamondbacks starting tomorrow in a 4-game series. So lots of baseball that's going to be played this week. And getting Belly and Zach McKinstry back is going to be big. And we'll see. Will Pujols be thrust into a situation where he already has to have an impact? We'll see. Maybe need Culberson. Do you see Pujols starting today with Seager going down? My man Clint Pasillas, the senior editor of the Dodgers Nation and host of the Blue Heaven podcast, cracked me up when he said that he could be a shortstop. Maybe you see Pujols at shortstop, man. That one had me rolling. Just want Cody and Zach back. Oscar Ponce. Ari, any thoughts on the Tsutsugo trade? I mean, look, it's a depth piece. Lefty bat. Evan Rios is done for the year. If you look at him, he was kind of considered a little bit of a disappointment from Tampa Bay. They DFA'd him. And, I mean, he was there for 18 months, signed that 2-year, $12 million deal. He hit 197 with them. He was 2 for 16 in the postseason, 29 years old. And, look, I mean, I do think change of scenery is big. That's what I'm hoping for with Albert Pujols. The change of scenery, the adapting, utilizing all of the Dodgers analytics and everything that they can do as far as hitting goes and just kind of reinvigorating his career. And like I said, it's the FU revenge season Pujols that I'm looking forward to. I hope that the machine has been recalibrated. And like I said, 5 home runs this year is no joke. On pace to hit over 30 bombs this year. Bottom line is the guy still has power. And the Dodgers definitely could use more of that coming off the bench. And it'll just be interesting because this guy is a Hall of Famer in every stretch. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer and one of the game's great. So, look, it could turn out to be a brilliant move. It could turn out to be nothing if we're being completely honest with each other. But Danny Cortez, Freeman's been busy, and he guesses on more trades. I definitely see stuff in the works. I mean, in my opinion, it depends on kind of how these next couple weeks play out. Will the bullpen how will this team look when they're with this version of healthy? Because, of course, they're not going to get Corey Knebel back for a few months. Dustin May's out for the whole season. A.J. Pollock is probably going to be out for some time with that hamstring. But we'll see how this team fares in this current stretch. But to me, I've been saying the whole entire year that the bullpen would be addressed through the trade market. How will Brusdar Graterol look? I mean, he's had that forearm tightness. There's a lot of questions to be answered. But I actually dropped a video on my dream bullpen trades over on the YouTube channel. So if you guys want to go check that out, definitely go to DodgersNation.com, YouTube.com/DodgersNationTV. Master Beaty. Oh, my God, Lynn. You got me dead with that one, man. I'm asking you a bro for that one, man. Come on, man. It's a family show. Master Beaty, man. You're full. Yeah, I mean, look, Matt Beaty, he is Agent 45, man. He is the hitman. Matt Beaty has just been really, really fantastic since coming back up. And you saw the RBIs are there. The clutch hits are there. And Matt Beaty, he's 8 for his last 26, 857 OPS, 14 RBIs in that stretch. And he's just a productive player. He's a productive player with the stick. Last night, I thought it was a little ridiculous how he got thrown out of that game. I mean, come on, that was just absolutely bogus. All he did was just tell the umpire the truth that he was bad. And, Matt Beaty, he's 16 for his last 41, hitting .390, slugging .512, has an OPS of 1,002, 18 RBIs. I mean, only 4 strikeouts to 5 walks during that stretch. So Matt Beaty is turning into a real weapon, and that's definitely one of the Michelada half-full storylines during this rough patch for the Dodgers, is the success that he's having at the plate. He looks so comfortable, so locked in, and I'm loving what I'm seeing out of Matt Beaty. Give me your thoughts on the hitman down below, but don't come on Master Beaty again, my man, Lynn. Dodgers have been bargain shopping Anthony Keene. You know how they get down, man. You know how they get down. Signing Pujols seems ceremonious more than anything. AB, look, I mean, I don't think the Dodgers would do that in a championship run. Just sign a guy just so he can kind of go out on his own terms. They had a glaring need for a righty bat, and it was a low-risk deal. I mean, it was pro-rated, league minimum. I mean, it made sense for both teams when you look at it. Is he an ideal fit coming off the bench? Is he someone like a David Freese? I don't think – I mean, you would hope so. But he's even older than that. I mean, by the way, how old do you think he is? I mean, is he the bench warmers character? What's his name that does the IM-12 and they have a little $10 bill stuck in there with the umpire? How old is he? I mean, do you think he's really 41 years old? I mean, let me know down below in the comments section. I think he's anywhere between 40 and 70. I mean, no, I'm just playing. But one thing I want to ask you guys is, what number do you think Albert Pujols should wear? Give me your takes down below in the comment section. Josh, say if you want Doug to go live. Say if you want to go live every day. Josh, I mean, we go live a bunch, man, but Doug's my favorite YouTube show. Thanks a lot, Josh. If Pujols get a spot in the lineup every day, I could definitely see him hitting 30 to 50 bombs. Pujols went to the real LA team. I like that, Ari. It's a great point, man. Like I was saying, he's going to have to adjust to playing baseball in Los Angeles, professional baseball. You know, no, I'm just playing, but come on, Angels fans. You guys are big sensitive. But get some younger players in there. We got beautiful weather, great leader, great food, Jeff Jones. Pujols is a wait-and-see deal. He'll add, but needs to come through in key situations. Maybe a new Kirk Gibson moment, Jeff. That's what I'm saying when it comes to it. Just feels like he's going to be in that situation. The Dodgers are going to call upon him, and he'll come up, get a clutch base hit, and send him out the right way. And look, wouldn't that be great? I mean, he's already a World Series champion in his own right. Wouldn't it be great to see him go out there and get one more and help this Dodger team at the tail end of his career? I mean, here we go. It's nice to have a big body behind the plate. We got Wilson. Pujols brings positivity and leadership, and finally more Hispanics in Dodgers. Thank you, Jesus. All right. I mean, look, Jared Walsh was on MLB Network talking about what a positive presence he was to him. Mike Trout has said it. So I do think that some of the narrative that he's this toxic figure in the clubhouse, I think that's overblown. But to have an impact, you really have to be contributing. I mean, it's tough when you're just not, he's not like you guys had me cracking up saying he looked like a bench coach, or I had people telling me that he looked like everyone's Tio in Los Angeles. You guys had me rolling with all your comments on him. But bottom line is, if he can contribute, his voice will be bigger because of it. So he can come in, get some big at-bats, get some big knocks and big spots. That's going to only help him have an impact on this team. But Rayleigh choking, that's from Elder. And Diamond, I glow up. Talk about we got Pujols over Rayleigh for sure. We got if Anthony Keenan, if Pujols can pinch hit above 200, I guess it's a win. The Dodgers, look, with so many strikeouts. I think Noisy was 2 for 9 as a pinch hitter this year. DJ Peters 0 for 3. Actually, I think I had one hit yesterday. That was before I did that. But look, bottom line is they need a veteran guy that can come off the bat, and we'll see. Can he assimilate to that role? Will he embrace that role? The fact that he has signed lets you know that he wants to. So that's just kind of the big variable there. Is how committed is he to going in? Like with Albert Pujols, this season he probably started with the Angels and said, I want to be a starting first baseman with the Angels. I want to end my career on a high note. I'm already one of the game's all-time greats. I want to find a way to end this game on a high note. Now after how everything unfolded there in Anaheim, he's saying, no, now I want to be the best right-handed pinch hitter off the bench, the best guy that can come on and give Max Muncy a day off if he needs it, fill in spots they asked me to. It's going to be a different role for him, and if he embraces it, this is a guy that still has a lot of power, and I'm excited to see it. It's a big name. Like I was talking about Clint Bussy, as he said on Twitter, he's like, man, or on his Instagram, the 2000 me is freaking out. I mean, if you grew up watching this game in the early 2000s, there was no one bigger than the machine. So it'll be interesting to see him in Dodger blue. It'll take a minute just to get used to him in that Dodgers uniform. The guy is 41 years old. He's played 21 seasons in the bigs. 667 career bombs. It's unbelievable. But a terrible way the Angels ended with Pujols revenge season is coming. That's from Diane. If you think we should cut Turner, then you probably haven't watched him play. Jay Cruz. That must have been a comment because I'm the biggest JT fan there is. Ginger Jesus. Team Catman for 5th starter. Yeah, who do you guys want to see as your 5th starter? Also, give me your prediction for the Dodgers as far as their record for the next week. They got 4 games against the Diamondbacks, against the D-backs, and they got 3 against the Giants. Give me your record. Last week, I predicted 4 out of 5, and I was right. This week, I'm going to pick 5 out of 7. I got 5 out of 7 for next week. But give me your predictions down below in the comments section. Barnes can play second base as well. Great point. But here we go. How about that 5th inning? So Lopez, he was safe on an error by Noisy. Lopez hit a ground ball up the middle past Uceta. Would have been a slightly tough play by Noisy. Would have had to get rid of it quickly, but an error no less, and they let the pitcher reach base on an error. You can't let the pitcher reach base on an error in that spot. Got to find a way to make that play. Then Chisholm hits a ground ball up the middle to give the man, I love that guy, Jazz, man. I think he's the man. To give the Marlins runners on first and second, no outs, and then Uceta strikes out Cooper with a changeup inside for the first out, battled back to get Dickerson out on a comebacker for the second out, and then Duvall crushed a fastball that he left up, tailed into the middle of the plate, and he crushed it to the loge, man. You don't see very many bombs end up in the loge like that, and you leave a heater in the middle of the plate like that, and the guys in the show, they're going to crush that. So that gives the Marlins a 3-2 lead. Then he gets Diaz striking out on a changeup for strike 3. So that error by Noisy, that seeing eye ground ball there, the mistake, it's just kind of the mistake by Uceta really cost him. And just like that, the Dodgers, they were down 3-2. So in that spot, defense, Uceta, he just missed one, man. He just missed one, and he'll learn. This guy's very raw, lots of talent. They like him as a starter in the future, so I'm feeling good about that. Now, bottom of the second, this is how the Dodgers got on the board. So bottom of the second inning, Sheldon Noisy, he was starting at second after Chris Taylor was a late scratch due to a sore wrist. He doubled to the gap, so that was a nice look. Give Sheldon Noisy some credit there. Doubled to the gap, 106.3 miles per hour off the bat. I'm telling you, he gets good wood when he makes contact, and Sheldon was bringing the Noisy on that hit, so gets the Dodgers started in that inning. And then Austin Barnes, he doubles to left to score Noisy, making it 1-0 LA. DJ Peters was on deck, but Vesia was still at bat, so a little decoy there to try to get Barnes some better pitches to hit. He took advantage, and then Vesia ends up striking out. So the Dodgers, they end up scoring in that inning, which was big. And you really thought that they would find a way to just put more runs together. Bottom of the first, they had opportunities. Betts flied out. Max Muncy, he singled to left. Then JT to right, fouled out. Then Matt Beaty singled to shallow left, giving the Dodgers runners at the corners with 2 outs. And Gavin Lux at the plate. Lux lined out there. So it looked like early on the Dodgers were going to have their opportunities, that they were going to score a lot of runs, but it just wasn't the case. And it was nice to see in that inning, that same inning, Mookie Betts, he was able to get that RBI single to score Barnes. So that gave the Dodgers a 2-0 lead there. So pretty much you saw there in that second inning, that's pretty much all the Dodgers did all day was those 2 runs there in the second. Barnes' double scoring Noisy, Mookie's single scoring Barnes, and then just not taking advantage of opportunities early, and really just Dodgers ended up with 10 hits today, and 8 left on base, 3 for 8 with runners in scoring position, but yeah, just couldn't find it. And look, like I said, Luke Raley in that big spot there was just not it, man. It was just was really just not it. Bottom of the 6th inning, Mookie Betts, he leads off with a double. Muncy popped to third. Turner popped to second. Turner popped to first. And we kind of got into that one, but yeah. Back into the comments, guys. How could Albert Pollock is not a garbage? What the F? Who said that? Masturbate. Oh, come on, man. You guys are just killing me with that. What happened to Morrow? I mean, yeah, he just couldn't get right. Basically, from a health standpoint, he just couldn't get right, and he's not going to be a factor in this for the Dodgers this year. But yeah, so bottom of the 8th inning. So this really. By the way, got to give some credit. So let's give the credit today to some guys. I thought Joe Kelly had a nice outing. A lot of soft contact. 6 up, 6 down, retired all 6 batters he faced this weekend. So it looks like he's getting more comfortable out there and throwing strikes. You see the command. So I think that's definitely a positive development for the Dodgers. But the bottom of the 8th inning, real opportunity. Floro, he was dominating with that 4-seamer. Muncy flied out, Turner flied out, and then with 2 outs, the Dodgers get back-to-back singles. One first from Matt Beaty, then from Gavin Lux. First single to center from Beaty, and then another single to center by Lux. And then Beaty made all the way to third on the play. That gave the Dodgers runners in the corners with 2 outs, and Luke Raley at the plate. And like I said, he just doesn't look like he had a chance in that at-bat. He goes down. He goes on. It was a nice count. I mean, he throws his first pitch strike, and then he takes 2 balls, so it's a 2-1 count, and then a swinging strike on a changeup outside. And then he gets him with a little high 4-seam fastball there, and that was a big spot. I mean, you got runners on the corners right there. Luke Raley versus Dylan Floro, and that definitely hurt to see Floro and Yimi Garcia have success against the Dodgers. And yeah, I mean that was that. And then the bottom of the 9th, the Dodgers had another opportunity. Bottom of the 9th. Noisy fly to center. Barnes reached on that infield single. Give him some credit. He goes out there. He was hustling down the line. He makes it to first. Then Will Smith struck out swinging. That was big. And Mookie Betts, he grounded to third. I didn't like that at bat from Mookie. He found off 2 heaters in the zone, and then they're really throwing strikes against him. But yeah, the Dodgers just couldn't get it done with the bat stay. They fall to the Marlins 3-2. But here we go. Kevin Dodgers Guerra, $2. My man, hook it up. Hook it up. Especially need that when we don't get the jumbo jack, but we're pretty solid today. I mean, the Dodgers bullpen really, I thought, pitched very well, and unfortunately, just really couldn't get that run support. I mean, you saw Nelson, an inning and 2/3. The thing with Nelson today, he was getting the punchies, but the command wasn't there. I mean, but still, pitched well, but I think they would want him to at least go 2 in that stretch. They bring in Vesia. Well, I've heard his name pronounced a bunch of different ways. I've heard Vesia. I'm going to go with Vesia because that's the latest one I heard Joe Davis pronouncing it. He had 3 punch-outs, also struggled with some command issues. If you look at Vesia, he was 0-4 on first pitch strike. So he's got to find a way to have some better command of that strike zone. And then Dennis Santana, he comes in and pitches an inning and a third. He gets the punch-out. Uceta, he was the bulk guy, the incredible bulk tonight. And when you said 3 innings pitched, gave 4 hits, had 4 strikeouts, but one of those 4 hits was the big bomb by Duvall. Then Joe Kelly pitched an inning, 13 pitches, 8 for strikes for Joe Kelly. So that is definitely big. Then Mitch White, I thought he looked good too. He's been going through a rough patch, throwing him out there in big spots, and he's got rocked a couple times in Milwaukee and Chicago, and it's unfortunate, but I thought he pitched well today too. So give the Dodgers bullpen some credit. Really 3 runs against the Marlins, 1 mistake, 3-run bomb. You would think the Dodgers averaging 7 runs per game, actually 7.25 heading into today on this homestand would find a way to score some more runs. But let me get your predictions. We got the Dodgers, eat your Dodger dogs. We got Will Smith, needs to play more in order to hit better from Mark. We got Eric, again, Pujols is 50 years old. Stop it with the 41. Justin Lamas, 4-3. You got the Dodgers going 4-3 in their next 7. Ari, 6-1. We got Justin Lamas split with AZ and 2 out of 3 in San Francisco. Diane Dominguez over on Periscope, 6-1. Travis, 6-1. Anthony Keene, 5 out of 7 for the next week. That's what I'm saying. We got Greg Osterberg over on YouTube, 5-2. I like 5 out of 7 too. From Denny Cortez over on Facebook, pound for pound over on YouTube, 5-2. Deborah Young, I'm revising my prediction to 5-2. We got Denny, 2-5. If they're lucky, they can hit. Dan, interesting. It's possible. It's possible. We've seen high highs and low lows this season, so I'm not dismissing that. Anything is possible with this team. Trust me. Randall Etheridge, 5 out of their next 7. We got to Ryan Moore. We really need the sweet. We got Roach. I'm sorry I'm late, but I'm here. Roach, we almost just stopped the show because you weren't here, but welcome to the show. Got to give you a let's go Dodgers. We got Dodgers stay within 5 to 6 games of first place, and then we get Seager back in a month, give or take, and no further injuries. We should be good. That's from OK Guy 1 over on YouTube. We got Felix. Let's give Corey Seager a hand. Mash that like button for Corey Seager on YouTube. be sure to get some love, a speedy recovery. Give your positive vibes for Corey Seager. We definitely need him back. And I mean, he'll be back, guys. No, don't you worry. But yeah, let's see. We got Doug. Noah, Doug, you have the privilege of gobbling a Raviner wiener and chugging micheladas with any current Dodger. Who would you choose? Man, that's a really good question. Any current Dodger, man, I'm probably going to say, honestly, I got to say Clayton Kershaw, because if you saw Clayton Kershaw today with the 6 balls, that was the 6 infinity rings and the 6 infinity stones. And also, he just is a really fun-loving guy. You saw his interview during the game the other day. He was having some fun, and I just think he's all kinds of fun. He's a different cat now that he has that World Series monkey off his back. And yeah, man, he's the greatest player on the Dodgers as far as how he'll go down historically. So I think there's a lot to get into with Clayton Kershaw. He's definitely one that was behind my list. I think that Joe Kelly is a lunatic. I've been called a lunatic in the past, so I think that'd be kind of cool to hang out with Joe Kelly. Mookie Betts looks like, when he's on the base pass, you saw him and Jazz today. They were chopping it up. He seems like a nice, cool guy to kick it with. So yeah, those would probably be mine. But give me your who would you guys want to have a Dodger dog and a michelada with? Let me know down below in the comments section. Luke Rayleigh, AA. We got trade bets back to Boston from Terry Lear. You are crazy, but Mookie Betts, man. Do not worry about Mookie Betts. Trust me, man. And look, Mookie had a double today and a single. Mookie Betts, he ended up going 2 for 5 today with a double and a single, had that RBI. I think I would flirt with the idea of moving him possibly down the order, maybe the 3 spot. I'm open to new stuff if the Dodgers offense continues to sputter. So we'll see how they fare without Corey Seager, who, by the way, on my fantasy team, I was already kind of having some issues because I got auto-picked on bunch of my picks, but I have Corey Seager at one of my top picks, and man, we are going to struggle without him. But that was a little tangent. How are your guys' fantasy teams doing? Let me know. Betts, I wouldn't mind drinking with my man AJ. Okay, Deborah Young. I like that. Lemby, hey Dodgers, good job for effort. Aunt Linda. All right, that's what I'm talking about. We got Lynn M. was looking for one of those deluxe jumbo jacks today. I like that, Lynn M. You coming with it, man. Yeah, yeah, we need that. I thought too. Maybe he finishes the week with one of his big jacks. You saw the LFG moment he had against the Seattle Mariners, but yeah, I like that. We got trade bet. We got Joe Kelly didn't do half bad. So yeah, the Dodgers, they lost today. They had a good week, but then they lost Corey Seager. They lost today, and Corey Seager hadn't have gotten that injury, we'd be feeling good about it. But it's tough when you lose your shortstop that was supposed to be a top 15, 20 player this year, a guy that's really playing for a contract that could be upwards of $250 to $300 million, something in that range. So to lose him, it's going to be a setback. But look, we've seen how fast these weeks go by in the baseball season. Before you blink, it'll feel like the Dodgers are activating him. And then, yes, we lose Corey Seager, but we get Cody Bellinger and Zach McKinstry back. So there are still some things to feel really good about. And also the week that Gavin Lux had at the plate. Max Muncy is one of the hottest hitters in all of Major League Baseball. He ends up going 1 for 4 today. You didn't see that power from him like we've seen this week. But, Joe Kelly. We got drinks with Cody and Bauer. Yeah, Trevor Bauer is pretty cool. Yeah, TB, man. Remember him back in the UCLA days, Trevor Bauer, man. I wouldn't mind drinking with my man AJ. Need that Zach attack back. I would have a Dodger dog with a stoned Cody Bellinger. Oh, my gosh, I like that. Yes, Cody Bellinger, that's what I'm saying. A drink maybe. But, hey, man, that's just a myth, man. That's just how he is, man. He's not high on – you guys need to stop with that. This guy is not a stoner. Stop with the Cody Bellinger is high all the time because we all know he's not high on weed. He's high on Flonase, okay? No, but, yeah, guys, thanks for rocking with us. Look for us tomorrow on the Blue Heaven podcast hosted by Clint Pasillas and Brooke Smith, the senior editors here at Dodgers Nation. Be sure to rock with them. I'm sure they're going on probably before the Diamondbacks game, but check for Twitter for the latest on that. And then also the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com/Dodgers Nation TV. We'll be dropping another video tomorrow, probably one of those Dodgers rewind ones where we talk about the last week and everything to look forward to this week. But, yeah, we'll be back, and tough loss today, but a much better week. The Dodgers still right in the thick of it in the NL West. Don't worry about the standings right now, 22-18 on the season. And the big issue right now is the big topics right now, like we talked about, is how will Albert Pujols be utilized, and how the Dodgers do, how will they fill in for Corey Seager, and how that offense, because look, the first game without Corey Seager, yeah, the doubles there, and but yeah, they're gonna have to find a way to get this offense more consistently on track without their former All-Star, former NL MVP, CS MVP, and World Series MVP Corey Seager. But right now, just 2 games back in the NL West behind the Giants, and they can erase that deficit this week. Everything the Dodgers want is still intact, and we all know that. But thanks for rocking with us, guys. Couple last takes here from you guys, and then we'll be out here a little bottom of the ninth. Regular time. Until next time, D-Mac, let's go Lakers. Okay, Anthony Keene. Yeah, playoff time, man. How about those Wizards today? They beat the Hornets. I saw the Warriors won, but, NBA's cracking. Wouldn't mind. Okay, Betts and Zach for Raul. But, yeah, thanks for rocking with us, guys. My name is Doug McCain. You guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMAC_LA. That's at DMAC_LA. For all things Dodger baseball, be sure to head over to DodgersNation.com. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
It's time for Dodger baseball.
What a catch by Mookie Betts. Another home run for Corey Seager. Another strikeout for Kershaw. A robbery of Tatis. Gone. Will Smith.
This is what an ace looks like. And tagged out is Riley, a double play.